The It Gets Better project was a response to a spate of suicides. I'd written about them on my blog, and someone commented and said that she'd wish she'd known Billy Lucas and been able to tell him before he killed himself that things get better. And that phrase kind of stuck in my head, and I was traveling as I do to speak at colleges and thinking about Billy Lucas's suicide and Justin Aberg's, and really feeling like I needed to go to a middle school or a high school and not a college to speak. And acutely aware that I would never be invited to speak at a middle school or high school, except by a principal who wanted to be fired the next morning. It occurred to me as I was on the train to JFK that I was waiting for permission that in the YouTube era I no longer needed. But we've heard at the project from scores of LGBT kids who've been, have been given hope, which was the whole idea. Like Harvey Milk said, you gotta give them hope. The message of the campaign is not, when you grow up and come out and get out of high school, life is going to be a birthday party thrown for you by your parents forever. Life involves heartbreak and struggle and ultimately pain, disease, and death. It's still better than high school. At least you have agency, you have autonomy, you can make your own choices, you can remove yourself from a bad situation. People who are in their 20s and 30s and say, it's not better now, I think are forgetting what high school and middle school for queer kids was actually like. And most of the people who I hear say that are not queer. The It Gets Better project already has paid political dividends. Barack Obama made a video at a time when he hadn't delivered on any of his promises to the LGBT community. I don't think that because he made a video, then there was movement on Don't Ask, Don't Tell on DOMA, but I believe that he made a video and there wasn't blowback. They moved on DADT and there wasn't blowback. And what Barack Obama says in the video, his video, is really kind of brave. He looks in the camera and tells LGBT kids, there's nothing wrong with you. Implication, there's something wrong with the people telling you there's something wrong with you, which for a lot of LGBT kids are their parents and their faith leaders. And for the President of the United States to take sides in that debate and come down on the side of the queer kid is huge. Mike Bloomberg, the mayor of New York, recorded a video addressing LGBT kids saying, come to New York if your families and communities reject you. Everybody is welcome in New York. Basically telling LGBT teenagers to run away to New York City, at the same time that he had zeroed out in his budget funding for the Ali Forney Center, which is the only homeless shelter for LGBT kids in New York. And people pointed to his video and pointed to his budget and said, you can't do that. And he restored the funding for the Ali Forney Center as a result. I'm just a jerk who writes a sex advice column. It's a testament to the lousy, lame leadership of our national organizations that someone with my credentials, which is telling dirty jokes in the backs of newspapers with the escort ads, is as prominent politically as I've become. That's not because that was handed to me, it was because that ground was ceded and unoccupied. So, how do I feel? I don't know. I feel unworthy and ridiculous and obligated. Going forward, we're going to win. Uruguay is on the verge of getting full civil equality for gays and lesbians. Uruguay is going to have marriage for same-sex couples before the United States does. When it comes to freedom and civil rights, America always seems to be last, first to compliment itself for this land of the free, home of the brave bullshit, but last to deliver, last to come through. But we're winning. We are gradually winning. Polls show that majorities of Americans now support civil marriage rights for same-sex couples. It's going to be a state-by-state struggle. Our democracy empowers, because of the Senate, is unrepresentative. And so it's going to take longer here than it might take in other more representative democracies. But we're going to win, and we are winning. And we're winning because people are out, and we're winning because we're living the lives that we feel that we should live and deserve, and acting as if we already have these rights. And they will come to us as a result.